Just last question, just ask you, is there a reason why you're talking about this now?
I do think we need to talk about mental illness more. I had my own issues back in the 90s where I think it was just life really, you know what I mean, from life experience and stuff like that. And I was thinking about coming down today with this interview and I was thinking, what way was it? I think I hit a crossroads, I didn't know what way to go. I thought I was going the right direction. I didn't plan attempted suicide, and I found myself then in the hospital after attempted suicide, where there was nothing planned and it was just like a split decision of a click of a finger. And I think now, from speaking openly about it to immediate family and my two sons, to let them see that life's not just all a straight road ahead of you. You come to the crossroads, and when you get to the crossroads, it's the right road to take. Whether you hit a brick wall, it's getting up and having support around you for that. That it's not just like, you know, I was in that much pain, I think, back then, that I don't think I realised how to get out of it or if I wanted to get out of it. Yeah. But then I did. I think I looked at my son, and I had one son at the time, and saying, who's going to be there for him? So I got well for him, and I'm here today and I'm doing very well in my own sort of mental health. But I do think we need to talk about it more, and for people to accept that it's you know, for people who are suffering depression, not to just, we all have a laugh and a joke and there's slagging going on, but you know, to be conscious around people that are suffering with depression. And it's not an easy thing. People might have the face on them that they go in every day to work and say, that fella's so happy, but behind the scenes he could be struggling, or she could be struggling. And I think we've a new sort of thing for the future, with all the people that are homeless coming forward now and staying in hotels. These people are in a different society now, where eventually there's going to be social things going forward, because depression, living in one room is not acceptable for people now, and there's not a lot for them to do in one room. So I do think we have a challenge going forward of being able to talk about it. And all these groups, and most of them are volunteers in these groups, that I got great help from Aware back then, a self-help group, to get myself well. I remember sitting in the room maybe every week for 2 years, not talking. But I think it has made me stronger as a person, and I wouldn't be here today only for Aware. And there's loads of help out there from Hope, all the different groups out there. But even that, I mean, a true friend will guide you in the right direction. Not to sort of the old way, come on, we go for a pint, I'm suffering from depression. It only magnifies it. And I found that out as well, where it didn't help when you're suffering with depression, you're going out and getting pissed. It's not the right things, but you only learn that through a life experience as well. Yeah. But I do think, I mean, I think the biggest thing to go out today is that ask for help. And that was said at Daniel's funeral. His mum asked me to speak at Daniel's funeral, and I wanted her to do it because I wanted her not to regret anything, you know, but she couldn't do it. So I got up, and I suppose a very emotional day. I didn't look up at the congregation or anyone. The speech was made out, and the message was to ask for help. And I think that's the key, to ask for help. When you ask for help, there's so much out there, you know, involved, and I think it's great that this has been done, you know what I mean, from your own point of view as well. It's great that people are looking at it saying, it's okay to not be okay. Yeah. You know, and with the social media out there and the things that are out there, it's instant. Where when I was growing up, there was no social media. You know, there was either phone at home and stuff like that, and that's the only way of contacting them. But we were all on the phones now and all that, but it's easy for someone to, even if it's a text, I don't feel okay, come on with me for a coffee, or we'll go for a walk. I think walking was a great thing as well. You know, we even getting walking for when I was suffering with depression. You know, and I went back loads of times to Aware, and the group was in the room, and they ask you how you are. You're sitting around the room, and I said, I'm very well. And it was to let people see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And that's the big key, is like, we all, I'm not saying there's not days we get out of bed and saying, oh, here's another day. We all have those type of days. But I think it's like being well in yourself and understanding yourself as well, and being conscious of being in control. I'm in control of my life. I don't over access and drink. You know, I'm always in control of it. Yes, I like to have a drink, but I have to know when to stop as well. Because, you know, if you have any problems going on in your life and you drink in excess, it's going to make it worse. And I suppose the younger generation will, that's what they do as well. I've done it. So we all make mistakes, and you shouldn't beat yourself over making mistakes. And I think that's one of the big things as well. of beating yourself up. You know what I mean? That we're all only human. If a computer crashes or something happens, you bring it to get fixed. If a car happens, you go and get fixed. I went and got fixed through the doctors and through self-help as well, through groups like that. And that's what I'm saying. So we can all sort of take a downward spiral, and we need to just go and get, you know, to ask for help is the biggest thing. That's what I'd say.